Movement number 4. Dragon seeks path. Dragon whips his tail.
Yo, my man, why you got on that purse, huh?
Hey, this ain't no purse. I'm the big deals. Don't do that. $100 Patron in the bid at, you heard? Get your money up, not your funny up.
Grrr, bow. Yo. Why's feel crazy, bruh? It's the mother effing MUNFU podcast, bro. Yo, we lit. Hey, you heard? Yo, get your money up, not your funny up. If you were OG around these parts and you know what that means, bruh. We lit, son.
A special MUNFU podcast / interview / before my live stream where I break down we ain't gonna be breaking down my song here. We're gonna just be talking about,
the talking about
everything.
Facts.
What's going on, my feelings. And since, when I drop music, I don't be dropping reactions or any videos for like 3 days. So I decided we got to do this on the, freshly monetized page.
Heard you. Yo, man. So listen, if y'all knew, well, I mean, you're not new because everybody on YouTube right now know the situation that's happening, bro. We got this whole DAX knows. DAX came out with a dissing.
Let's talk about that first.
Facts.
Let's talk about the name change.
Yeah. Off top. So initially when he started, he said he was about to drop DAX notes and this was going to snap everybody into existence. He had his whole marketing plan was him with the Thanos hand, all that kind of stuff. What did you think about it when you first seen that?
It was 100% trash. If it would have been called, it was trash. Like, I'm telling you, as a nerd, as a hip, it was trash all the way around. The metaphor was bad. It was like a person who didn't watch the movies, because you wouldn't want to be Thanos,
right?
Even if it's just a metaphor, because it's like
before Endgames, maybe you might want to be Thanos.
Yeah, but it's like, nigga, like, come on, dog. Like, you got. I mean, okay, he must not have seen the last one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like before Endgames. Being Thanos might have been the person to be, you know what I'm saying? But after Endgames, it's kind of like, I don't know why you're doing that.
He opens it up for the most epic rebuttal. The most epic rebuttal, like the most brainless rebuttal. It's like, okay, if I was 5 years old and he came in with that, I already know my rebuttal. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the thing. If you were 5 years old, you would have definitely bodied him in that lane, no question.
Oh,
you probably would have bodied him harder than an older person.
And here's the thing that I thought was hilarious about it. I don't care what he says. I don't care what he tries to spin. He was 100,000% gonna call it DAX knows before it got the backlash of how stupid. Because that wouldn't make sense marketing wise. And if there's one thing he does well, it's marketing.
Yeah, he does. He knows. Dax knows how to position him in a point where he can make everybody talk about him, whether it's positive or negative. He knows how to do that. That's Dax's best talent is figuring out exactly how he can. It seems as if now, ever since I'm Not Dax, it seems like Dax's biggest marketing ploy is how to make people like laugh at him. Like it's definitely just like he almost does it to himself. But so anyways,
there's no way in God's green earth he was going to market a song that wasn't that name. Just doesn't make sense. If he would have known it was going to be called Whack A-Word Rappers, he would have done it off top. He would have been marketing like that. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't even peep that. I think that's a shot of Crypt. I didn't even peep that. Because Crip's bio on Twitter has always been Whack A-Word Rapper.
Oh.
So because I was just thinking, like, why would he change the name? Why would he make it that? Why would it be like an acronym for a name of a song he's already done, which makes the SEO worse? Why would he do that? Then I thought about it. Then when Crip said that, he texted me that. I was like, oh, that.
Oh, so Crip texted you that and said that?
Yeah, he was like, because that's what's been in my body, and I realized, like, oh, he's right. That's exactly, because Back at It, he did Back at It.
Yeah, he did Back at It. Yup.
So he did what? Yeah. So
or not Back at It. It's called Bad Habit, I think.
Yeah, Bad Habit. Same
yeah.
thing.
But yeah, so when Dax announced that he was gonna dish you, how did you feel? Like, you were like, did you take it seriously or not?
I got hit with the Scooby Doo. Because I was like, wait a minute, dog. let's just think about this mathematically. This only benefits the people you talk about. Literally. Like, it's almost like he sacrificed himself to get us a look. Like, all of us, Chase, Crip, Dwayne. It gives us like an endless stream of stuff to talk about, especially when you're the one who's the oppressed. Like, you're the one who's
doing it.
The person who comes in. So when he was responding to me and people were like, oh, this is a response. Technically, bro, the reason why I say he's 2-0 is because, bro, this ain't a response. This is the beginning of a new battle. I'm sorry, my nigga. You don't get 5 months and then this is my response. No, this is a beginning of a new round. This is a completely, you lost the first round. You gave up the first round. This is a new round. You can't get this. And then what's the time limit that you set? Because what, a year later, he responds like, oh, that was my response. Definitely. Off top, if it takes you that long to respond to a track, you lost twice because you're admitting you're bad. And it takes you literally half a year to come together and put that together. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and tell him, nah, nigga, this was a new round.
New round.
A new round. This is 2-0 you. And I thought him dissing me was it mathematically made no sense. But then the more and more I started thinking of the psychology behind it and how he was pushing it, I was like, yeah, the whole I am not Dax, that messed him up. And I'd be extra like not thinking about that. But then I think like, oh yeah, this isn't even like this is like like I said, it feels like a strategy of somebody who's about to like take a break or like give up or like, it seems like an all or nothing sale. Like he liquidized the hate for him. Right. But he should have known that what he's going to get back. Okay, there was a layer of people who hated Dax. Now what he's doing is, and I've even seen this with the reactions, especially after that bar he spit about, yeah, I give half the guys because I half the cash. He's making people who are even on his side initially
have to admit that that's wrong.
Yeah, because now you're just looking like crazy if you ride with that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know what, and I don't understand why he did. I literally don't understand why he did that. Like, if he comes out later and be like, yo, Screw, I'm going to keep it a buck, dog. I didn't want to do this long. I just want to be like an actor and shit, and I was just trying to get you a lane. It would make more sense. That would literally make way more sense of what's going on. Like, because it's just like, did he think he was going to be able to do the same thing he did before with the diss track thing and then, like, not really diss us? Because that's what he got dissed for in I'm Not Dax, even in the opening clips. Yeah, I could make these songs called diss tracks and not really talk about, not really do the diss. Right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, why
basically for the clout, like, literally for the clout. Like, but then it seems as if Dax is kind of a person that casts stones and hides his hands. You know what I mean? Like, he'll do something, and then when other people are then killing him, then he kind of plays the victim a little bit. And then he also likes to...
That's exactly what... We'll talk about that later, but the way that he's reacted after my diss track, soft.
Right. Because initially, like, back when the whole I don't know if people remember, if you're new to, you know, this whole situation, back when the initial I'm Not Dax thing came out, Dax had actually reached out to Scru and apologized to him about the whole situation. But then when he apologized,
I told him to make it public, apologize publicly. He said, okay. And then uploaded the apology and then cut out the part where he said, I'm sorry. And then I re-uploaded it with that part in it. So even that is like such a... Dog, I don't get it, bro. Yeah. How does he think... Because it's like, that's the weirdest part. Like, wait, did you not think I had the other part of that? Like, what?
Yeah, because, definitely had the files.
Nah, nigga, that's stupid. You thought I wasn't going to be filming this for you to, like, you crazy.
Well, he knew you were filming it because he agreed to it. You told him straight up that you were doing it. So, I mean, he agreed to it. He knew, like, he just, like, on some delusional stuff. So, he drops he promotes the diss for about 3 weeks. He's talking about how this diss is gonna drop and how he's just prepared to get all the whack ass rappers on YouTube out of here, and he's gonna diss.
And let me just say this before you go on. Honestly, the whack ass rappers part was the one that made me respond. If he would have went with the Dax Nose shit, because y'all know, like, you go back and look at my social media when it was Dax Nose, I was very, man, I don't know, nigga. But once it was whack ass rappers, and then I got pissed because I was like, okay, all right.
And he didn't even do that until a couple of days. But I just want to.
Yeah, that was the 11th hour.
Well, yeah, I want to just bring the timeline up to that. So that he was promoting the disc for like 3 weeks. He was saying that he was going to respond to everybody.
As Dax knows.
Facts. As Dax knows, he dropped a clip on I think his IG live, and he said that he did the whole "don't get it screwed up, do it, not chase." Whack. Garbage, right? So he had dropped that, and then he kept talking about it. Well, then leading up to that, about a week, 4 days before the disc dropped, he's been on tour with Tech Nine. He went home to shoot the disc apparently, and then he has Strange Fest in Kansas with the whole Tech Nine stuff.
We had Strange Fest. What you mean?
Facts. Well, you were there. Facts. So when you saw Dax at Strange Fest, what happened?
I texted him. I shouted him out.
But when you texted him, what did you say though, bruh? Was you
I see you. I sent him a video of himself. Like, hey, nigga, I see you, cuz. I'm here. That's exactly what I said. I had to let him know I was there full effect, exactly where I was at. You know what I mean? Like, yo, come see me, nigga.
So do you think that he was on his like scary tip, or you think he was just really trying to avoid you because he don't like you?
Okay, let me shoot him some bail. Let me shoot him some bail because I always think about what if I'm in this position. Let me just say, to most people, it would look like he was on some scary shit. All right, it would look like he was 110% about to come to me and literally tap his man. Like, no, turn around. But I'm gonna let him cook with that. I'm gonna just say maybe he didn't know what time I was on and he didn't want to mess up Strange Fest or some shit like that. But I wasn't on no time like that because I wasn't gonna do nothing about that either. Like, I'm not trying to mess up Strange Fest. So I'm gonna shoot him some bail and say maybe that's what it was. So now, y'all can make your own decision on what that is. I've told the story numerous times. Yeah, I mean, the people around me definitely thought it was some scary time, but hey, it's just, I'm gonna just say he didn't want to mess up his chances. Yeah,
he avoided you. Okay, so after that, that was Saturday. Sunday came, and then he had put out his post saying that on his community tab and on his socials that essentially he was gonna drop the disc either today, tomorrow.
No, you missed the last week where he was pushing when his shit hit 1 million, and it took a week for his shit to hit 1 million.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
That was the first stipulation. He had 3 stipulations.
Facts. He made people jump through hurdles to get to this disc track.
Definitely was making niggas jump through the hula hoops for that.
He dropped that. He dropped that song. He dropped that. I can't remember the name of it, but he dropped that song. And the song was not moving that crazy. Normally he hits it. He hits a mill in like 2 days.
2 days back.
Yeah, first day usually he do like 700-800K easy, right? So then he told everybody once that gets to 1 million views, that's when he was gonna snap and demolish all the YouTube rappers.
And mind you, look at all the views and thumbs up that each of Chase's, mine, and Dwayne's got. That's how many people wanted to see this shit. It hasn't even been a week out yet. So imagine, on top of all of the stuff that he used to get, he was pushing that with people who didn't like him, and it still took 6 days to hit 1 million. That is people. I don't think people are marinating in how crazy that is. Like, something clearly has happened with your connection to YouTube.
There was and I want to make a point too, right? So if you've been around now and you know prior to I Am Not Dax, right? YouTube was a space where I've said this before publicly. YouTube was a space where as a rapper on YouTube, your goal, like your final boss was Dax and Quedeca. That's how it's been now for a while. So when Dax,
I would say the final boss is KSI, but yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying within like realistic reach. I'm saying because like KSI is like a different kind of, he's like in a different planet a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's like larger than life. So
yeah, when it comes to follower, yeah.
Right. So we got Dax, a person that this, like I said, this was a person that everybody ran to react to right away. I mean, you was reacting to Dax before.
Facts.
You was reacting. That was a person that was like, yo, that was in regular rotation. If Dax dropped
everybody's rotation.
Facts. That's what everybody did. Well, then the I'm Not Dax situation came out. Dwayne TV did the exposed situation that came out. And then when that happened, it was kind of bad from Son for here on out. People weren't really reacting to him no more. So, like,
once it came out that he pooped all over the YouTube community, like, whenever, and that's the craziest thing is because remember we were talking about it when it first happened, like, he really thought he was out of here. He thought, like, he didn't need YouTube anymore, but he was just not there just quite yet. Because notice what happened to the Adam 22 interviews, the Vlad interview.
Bro, he had a whole Vlad, hold on, not to cut you off. This dude had a whole Vlad interview that Vlad dropped 2 parts to. And both of them parts, I think they did like, I don't know. At the time, when the last time I looked at it was like maybe a month ago, it was at like 16K for views, which is horrible. Yeah, that's Vlad. I mean, so he never really dropped the rest of the interview for whatever reason. And it just kind of seemed like the temperature for him was real bad after I'm Not Dax. But my thing is this. When you heard the diss track, right, what were your initial thoughts?
At first, I was like, that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. That's why I made that tweet before it dropped, where I predicted exactly what it was going to be. Because I knew what it was. This is why, okay, I was like, the dumbest thing Dax can do is do what he always does. And use this as an opportunity to just drop a regular song. And then, because I knew he was going to have the Scru, Chase, whatever shit. I honestly, something in me felt like he took that part out. Something in me felt like he was going to take that part out. But I was like, okay, if he's gonna make a track and do that, that will be received horribly, right? For the way he promoted this, like to be getting niggas out of there. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, I know how to read people. I said, this is going to be bad for Dax. And here's another thing too. Once I heard when he goes, people claiming that I only did half-assed their tracks. Let me explain this. When he said that. Right at that bar, I was like, okay, wait a minute. We might have something here. He might try to, because there's ways you can flip that if you were a good MC.
Facts.
And when he just said, I give you half the gas for half the cash.
He busted himself out on that one.
I was like, well, wait a minute. Why would you say that out loud? Because even if that's literally like when I said on my live, that's like, your girl catches you butt naked, smashing a thought, and she's like, "Why did you cheat?" And you say, "I don't cheat on you. I cheat on tests." It's like,
definitely some slick talk.
That's just some slick talk.
He definitely.
Like, wait a minute. I thought you was gonna go and get I thought that's where the personals were coming.
Yeah, it was definitely a hustle. Like, it was definitely oh, wait, so you just told me. That's the same thing on my reaction. I said, yo, the thing why I think that's so pussy is because, like, if I'm a Jukes nigga, right, I just know what it is. Like, I just, like, yo, when I see you, right, like, yo, it's just like, yo, but when he does it, it's like, yo, so you publicly saying this. But then this is why, like, when the whole Tory Lanez situation happened, I ain't really feel bad for Son. Because I'm like, yo, I'm going to be honest with you. You put yourself in street situations, then street shit happens. So when shit get real, you can't. I
definitely did feel bad for him anyway because Tory told him not to do it. So he let you know ahead of time. No matter if you want to call him emotional, no matter if he lets you know ahead of time. That's like someone being like, hey, I have a problem.
Yep.
You know, like, hey, don't do this. I have to do something. So when you do it, bro, how can I... well, that's a whole different story, but it's funny because I forgot what I was gonna say now. Yo, with that chain line and my shit, I'm gonna just go ahead and say that people do realize that Dax said that it happened to him. Right? I don't think a lot of people know that.
Also, another thing. If you watching this and you wanted to know, because this was one thing I saw in a lot of reactions that I watched, if you want to know why he did that little skit where he had his shirt off and he was screaming, just go watch My Last Words. That's why that bar was that bar. But just go watch My Last Words from Dax and then you'll understand.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, facts, right? So off top. But okay,
Yeah,
so
when he dropped it, I thought it was gonna be bad for him because I was like, that's a horrible diss. And then when he got to that part and basically just said just admitted he did that. What it made me realize is he completely had a disconnection of why people were mad at him for that.
right.
He completely did not understand why people were mad at him. I'd be thinking that dude's like a robot. Like, I'd be thinking like, and he's just starting to understand human emotion or some stuff, because it's like he be doing things that I'm like, yo, you need PR, bro. You need like somebody to help you, like radio train you, like media train you, because
Right.
you be saying and doing the dumbest things to damn yourself. And it's like you're not helping yourself by the things you say.
Right.
And then when it was all filler, then he got to that part and said our names. I was like, oh yeah, that's super trash. Super trash.
Yeah. So when you after you heard it, at what point did you feel like you was like, all right, I'm gonna respond to this? You know what I mean?
When I saw the title.
You was like,
And how many times you kept saying whack ass rappers? That shit was really pissing me
Bruh.
off. Like, all right, nigga, we gonna see who the whack ass rapper is.
bruh. So, bruh. So the thing was too, what killed the whole situation too for him was he dropped that song and then didn't realize that off the dribble, Chase and Dwayne dropped their songs with the swiftness. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
it
they.
was
My bad. Go ahead.
No, Dax walked right into a trap with that one.
Yeah, like
Right
that.
into a trap.
So we knew that Chase, was dropping because he had been previewing his clips and stuff like that. So we knew he was dropping, but we didn't know when. Well, that thing came like right after Dax. It couldn't have came at better time, so it made
Smoking off of that.
facts. It made everything go crazy, bro. Definitely nuts, man.
And I think it's dope that Dwayne is getting what he's getting right now, because he was one of the first people, if not the first person, to stick his neck out and be like, yo, what Dax is doing is wrong. Especially when that stuff, people forget that was taboo to do at a time.
Well, it was not only was it taboo, but I mean, we were talking about Dwayne at the time had like 700 or like 1,000 like subs. Like, yo, he was just like, yo, bro, I'm gonna just put it out on the line. Dax exposed, and then bam, you know what I mean? That thing shook the world, bro. Like that video with no word of a lie changed
I see
YouTube.
other people still using that exact thumbnail for their stuff. Like literally the exact one to Dwayne.
Facts. And the thing that's so crazy about it is like it just spiraled so many more people to talk about the wrongs that they had been done.
Well, what
Dax
it was
too.
it motivated me to just be like, F this gag order I got, I'm about to go in. Cause that's what got everybody to, all right, yeah, that's crazy.
So when you obviously dropped the I'm Not Dax. Leading up to I'm Not Dax and after I'm Not Dax, how did you feel? Or like, were you nervous? Like,
For I'm Not Dax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You was
it was taboo to speak bad about Dax at the time. I had a little nervousness. I had more nervousness dropping that video.
Yo, hold up. Move the camera just a little bit to the. There you go. All right, keep going.
I had more nervousness dropping the first initial video talking about what he did and like backing up Dwayne and stuff. But because I got so much like positive feedback from that I kind of didn't have any nervousness to then expose him on the song, because essentially I just lyrically did what I did in the exposed video.
Right.
I don't even know if you call it an exposed video. It's just like my experience.
Yeah, your experience with Dax. My thing. So the second track, how did you feel going into it, and then how did you feel going after?
I was geeky smalls for that one. I wasn't even nervous. I'm not gonna lie to you. I always get like nervous. I got like a weird wave of nervousness at the premiere, and like where I needed to like sit down and just talking about it, I'm like getting my head right now. But like, I don't know why. It was more because I was so excited for people to see this shit. Yeah. So excited for people to see it. So when I saw there ended up being like 1,700 people in the live stream. And that was a little nerve-wracking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking. But then once that bitch went up, I was better.
It was a wrap.
Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you think about, well, you obviously did a reaction, but how did you feel about the Chase and Dwayne ones?
I like Chase and Dwayne's a lot. They all had, it's different. I feel like they got him in different ways.
Yeah.
Like there were different styles. It was good that it was 3 different styles of songs.
Facts.
It was good that it wasn't all the same thing. There were 3 different styles of beats. And I kind of like how theirs was like a nice setup for mine.
Yeah.
Because everybody was waiting for the response. I am not DAX too. Everybody's waiting for the response because even like Jay Black said, a lot of that stuff he was talking about was about me.
Right.
On that whack ass rappers thing. So it was like, okay, cool. So I liked how they did this. I wish Dwayne would have done a video. That's my only thing. But I like how they did this. I really did like how they did this.
And I feel like, my bad, just to add to that, I feel like with Chase's, was super dope because we learned about the high res situation through Chase. So it was like that was
I
a
knew
whole.
about it already, but
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying like the public learned about the high res situation with Chase, which is something that I don't think a lot of people knew prior to that. So that I think was a huge thing with Chase is that, like, yo, that's a big. I mean, a lot of people knew the whole situation that Dax and Chase had with the verse and stuff that he sold him, but like just with that information, I felt like that made that track hit real hard. And then Dwayne's was dope to me because with Dwayne, he just got to speak his piece. He was just like, yo, you a slime ball. And I'm about to tell you why, like in that.
Well, like I said on my thing, well, I don't even know if I've said this publicly yet. I think I have, but I actually might not have. But Dax told me specifically that he doesn't like Dwayne.
Yeah.
He called him a weirdo and all that stuff. So I was just like, okay. That Dax knows why Dwayne shot at him.
Right, right.
And I feel like some people don't, but it's like that's one of those if you know type shit. And another thing too is I enjoy these tracks differently because I lived it.
Yeah.
A lot of the things they're talking about is situations I lived through. With
right.
That.
So it's mad relatable.
Different. Yeah, it's super relatable. So it's just like, and it's just one of them feelings when you just like you went through a bad experience. And you feel like no one believes you, and then when people come out and say, like, it just makes you feel better. Like, yeah, that's exactly why that dude is a mark.
Facts.
I'm trying to censor myself.
It's crazy, man. Yo, so what was your favorite reaction of this track?
Man, see, that's hard, bro.
That's a hard one. I know.
Oh my God. Who else? There was a lot of top tier reactions to this one.
Definitely a lot of fire ones.
There were some new reactors I saw too that weren't very big that were very dope too.
Facts.
There's one dude who has like 76,000 subscribers. He's like black. He has a hoodie, a gray hoodie. And
I think I know who you're talking about. He wears sunglasses?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
He had like a Tennessee Titans logo on his chair.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I have to look.
Well, yeah, he does a lot of reactions and he gets a lot of views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like I think that might have been his first reaction to me, but that was dope. He didn't know about what had everything else going on, and if you read all the comments, they're like, "I'm not Dax. What you gotta listen to that to know everything." Well, I'm not Dax, and he said he gonna listen to it. So.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
And obviously the god Jay Black.
Jay Black, yeah, Jay Black killed it. Jay Black killed it. That's a fact.
Yo,
that was
it's
one of my
something
favorite ones.
different. Having people don't understand how crazy that is to me.
Yeah, to
like
you,
understand.
Yeah, because
people like Nick Jay.
Just
Black,
for Jay Black to literally know, I'm gonna tell you the exact moment that I just like literally my insides fluttered was when he was doing his Dax reaction and he was like, oh, he's talking about Scru. He said, oh yeah, he ain't gonna say his name, but he talk about Scru. And I was like, bro, the fact that he just remembered you, I don't know what it was about that. I was like, that's the illest shit I ever heard in my life. So.
I'm telling you, the crazy part is that I'll be writing these Jones and being like, man, if I told you that.
Yeah.
That's why I said with the uptricks was a man. If only Jay Black could react to this.
Facts.
Like he because I know That's the type of people I write for, like, who understand my shit. When you see his face when I get the 40 bang that of his shorty, right?
He was like, ooh.
Okay. Yeah. I'm telling
Oh,
you, man.
oh yeah, and when you said we got the mops, yeah, yo, that was definitely dumb fire. Yeah, facts.
Yeah. And I like how everybody just peeped now. I'm gonna say this on the live too. I don't care. I'm gonna say a lot of this stuff on the live too, but I like how everybody peeping now. How like the three things that everybody peep from this is, nigga, your name's Daniel, the DAX hands. Why you always do those? And Daniel, your views is definitely sliding. Like, people was sitting here being like, how you gonna make, like, a better meme than I am not a, did I mention I'm a Jane? Just wait. I'm gonna give y'all three. What's wrong, Daniel? Damn, what else?
That's a Fendi fact. The DAX hands.
The DAX hands. That's the best one.
The DAX hands is gone. It's gone. DAX hands challenge, bro.
I saw a tweet where someone was like, why Scru gonna take away the DAX hands? That was what he said. She was a girl. He's like, that was like his best move in his arsenal. Like his favorite move in his arsenal. I was just like, man, Dax is. He need to leave me alone, bro. I'm gonna make it so uncool to be him that he gonna have to be somebody else when he raps.
He definitely gonna have to
like,
more
for real,
himself.
like, cause now he gonna do this, and niggas gonna be like, here we go.
That's a fact. He gonna the moment he get to moving, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Dax think he's spazzing right now." He think he getting them bars off.
I'm alive. When I was talking about when I first did the Dax hands, I was like, you know, that's when he thinks he's getting off. Like when when they filming this thing and he gets a rapping regular, then he gets a
facts.
I was like, oh, this nigga think he just
losing it.
Right
Yeah. He's like, yo, that's when he know he's spazzing. I wonder if he do that in the booth. Like, I wonder if, like,
why? Did he do it on the Four Horsemen song? I think he did it on Four Horsemen.
Nah, he was more, I'm not gonna lie, he was more aerobics with it. He was definitely more.
Nah, I think he did the Dax hands in the Four Horsemen, bro.
Hold on.
This ain't gonna watch Four Horsemen.
Nah. Yo, I had to see, bro. I don't know if he did though. I don't know, but bro, I'm
almost 100% sure. I think at one point he hit one of these.
He did. He did that.
Man, that's the Dax hands. Man, what you mean? When he bopping it like this, sometimes he takes it low, but then sometimes he picks it up too. Like, that's Dax hands, man. That's word.
He definitely be.
Word, nigga, those are the Dax hands, man. Word.
Bruh, that is straight.
Yo, shout out, I don't know when this goes. Hopefully this comes out right away, but the Dax hands challenge. I'm giving away $50 to somebody, whoever sends me a video of them doing the Dax hands. I'm going to pick one person. All you got to do is hashtag. When you send a video, you can just film it through Twitter or whatever. Or on your camera, on your phone. And then when you tweet it, just at me, hashtag Dax Challenge, and post the link of the endgame response.
And you go win 50. 50 of them bands.
You ain't losing nothing, man.
Facts.
You might be gaining, word. That's $50 cash money.
Dog.
Cash money.
Definitely cash money. So, man, what's up, man? So, when's the next song dropping?
Man, listen. I'm talking to Chase right now. Me and him got to cook something up. I got a lot of things in the works, but, like, it's hard to plan, especially with this stuff, because things always change, because I wasn't ready for this Dax thing. You know what I mean? I was ready. I swear, I was this close to clicking the button on dropping a song. Right.
Well, I mean, we had spoken there. You had just got that other video done, and that's what you was planning on dropping. Yeah,
and then he hit it, and then I was like, okay, well, I guess I gotta wait, because that's why it's hard to plan. I've had two features. I've had 3 big features in the Tuk Tuk. I mean, everybody knows the. Okay, I've had 1 feature in the Tuk Tuk, 2 that people know that's coming out. It's hard to plan. If everything goes to plan, I'm trying to drop something with Chase within 2 weeks, and then the ones that everybody else is talking about, and then another one.
Another one.
Yeah, I got another one that is in the Sneaky Tiki, in the Sneaky Tiki Tavi, but
Word. Yeah, man. So, anything else? Anything else to add to the whole Daxima situation?
leave me alone, my nigga. Just whatever you doing, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, that 8-minute thing that you planning on dropping, bro, do not, oh my God, do not do this, bro. Like, because here's the thing. There's no way, unless you're gonna go back now and rewrite, there's no way that you're answering to us. This was planned before this.
Right.
So I'm telling you that this 8-minute song is not gonna be a response to us. It's gonna be another thing, and that will be it, bro. Just move on. I'm telling you, cut your losses and move on, because if you try to promote this next one as a diss, and it's not a diss, first of all, you would have to somehow have my mom in it, like, literally, for me to respond, because, like, I'm not, like, at this point, bro, it doesn't matter what you say, because, like I said it, okay, I guess I only said it in the Discord, but, like, at a point, you gotta just take the controller out of nigga hand and be like, bro, let's play a different game, man.
Yeah.
Because that's when this nigga about to bust the controller, like, ah! Like, bro, there's nothing,
Yeah,
like, let's do something else, bro.
You would be beating a dead body at this point.
There's nothing. You've died so many times. You're so mean. It's just focus on you. Focus on whatever big move you got planned. I'm sure you got a big move planned. Whatever. Focus on that. But leave us alone, because this is not something you can win. It's just not. It's never been.
Yeah.
Like, you just, for some reason, couldn't beat me by myself. Then you tagged in 3 other people. You made it a handicap match. And then it's like, you're getting bombarded, nuclear bombed by every side of YouTube, bro.
Facts.
Every side of YouTube. Stop. Let it go, man.
That's
it's okay.
That's a Fendi fact,
You're not that type of rapper. You're going at it as somebody who is a battle rapper, essentially. Like, it's not fair. Like, go do what you do, bro. Like, I'm gonna just keep punching you in the face, and it's just like, and it's funny for me to say this, because honestly, I could keep laying back and milking this shit, because it makes me blow up and everything. But I'm just going to just chill, bro. Let me get on, so I can go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you try to do your own thizzle too. You know what I mean?
Get on my thug thizzle now,
right.
Because I told Quedeca, hilarious, but I personally told Quedeca, like, bro, I got some. After I saw his top tier list, I messaged him, I thanked him, I told him, like, yo, I promise you, I got some non-diss track shit.
And then drops a diss track. I know he got that notification, just looked at his phone and just laughed. He was like,
definitely just face palmed that one. Nah, but that's what I'm trying to. But I'm just.
It's a little different when somebody say your name, though. Everybody knows.
That's what I'm saying. You can't go at me, and I won't go at you back. But at this point, I'm gonna have to. Like, cause I gotta move on. It's all fun and games. Like, it's good. It's good, Dax. It's good. You tried.
Definitely gave it his shot. At least he did that. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm not giving him that. He did that in the most roundabout B-word way.
Yeah, he did. He did do it.
Because I don't care what anybody says. This was not
the dog. Hold up. Look.
What?
Go stream that. It's on all platforms now, bro.
Oh, yeah. Word up. Yeah. That's on all platforms. Go stream that, John. Dang, now I forgot what I was saying.
I wish I could rewind that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you was talking about him responding. You were saying, like, at this point, there's nothing he could say anymore because...
Yeah, we go and move on. This 8-minute song, bro, I'm telling you right now, that's already a bad move. Even if it had nothing to do with us. To do this, and then your next thing is an 8-minute song, I'm telling you right now, like Shaq said, bro, like, you are getting so left like so shunned by the YouTube community because you keep because you tried to act like you weren't one of us. You ished on us, and then it's been exposed, and you keep going at us, and we keep coming back as a unit, and you're not noticing that you're galvanizing YouTube. Literally, people who even have problems with me, you're galvanizing everybody to go against you, and it's like, it's making it that it's almost like you're making yourself the most hateable person on this platform.
Facts.
It's too easy to hate you.
Facts. Yeah.
And I don't think you're good at, like, even being that character. Like, you're not good at being the Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
You might as well start taking that role. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
You might as well start 6ix9ine and start telling people SFJ and start trolling, because clearly, look, your numbers are booming again.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But that's the only time. That's the only time
But
that
that's
they've
what
been
I'm
booming
saying.
like
If
that.
I'm his
Well,
management-
with an exception of My Last Words, because he fooled everybody with My Last Words as well, because he said that he was
acted
going
like
to
he
be
was
addressing.
responding.
Exactly. And then when that dropped, that did like 8 million or something like that. So
Yeah.
like initially that was like, and that was the last thing he said. I mean, that was the next track he dropped besides that freestyle that had already been recorded after I'm Not DAX. So like
Bruh,
it was.
he thinks he's slick, and that's why I kept bringing up. You need my shit for exposure. Now he thinks he's slick, like he doesn't hit like people noticing that he uses. Oh, I'm gonna respond as his break the glass.
Yeah, facts.
In case your views are low, break the glass and use this shit. Because it's like, bro, this is your second time milking this shit, and your numbers are back to the way you are. Here's what I'm gonna say as a management side. Go ahead and go full Tekashi 6ix9ine. Your 8-minute song, start saying F reactors by name.
That's what I would do.
Just go all the way in. And I'm going to tell you, you will be talked about like you've never been talked about before, because you're not going to go back to getting the goodwill of people. You're just not.
It's not.
Especially when you come on a track like, ha, yeah, I scammed you niggas, but guess what, nigga? I don't like you niggas. Like, what is you talking about, dog? Like,
Definitely what you talk about, son.
crazy. And you know what's the worst part of Dax even saying, like, yeah, I give you half the gas or half the cash, is that on multiple different occasions, on multiple different videos, on multiple different channels, it's been shown that he has said that he is giving his all, and literally said, like, oh yeah, this song is fire. Like, when he heard it literally every time. And then he comes out now and be like, yeah, because the shit was ass. And it's like, bro,
Well, that's and that's to me why Chase, when Chase said that in his song, when he was like, you basically gassed me up, said that my fan base is dope, and then when I gave you the money, you just went ghost type shit. Like, I mean, that's not even exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of that. And
yo, he didn't follow my son, dog.
That's crazy, bro. That's so disrespectful.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. That was the most disrespectful thing he did to Chase. When I heard that in the song, I said, listen, y'all niggas ain't even peeping the subtlety of how disrespectful paying somebody for a verse and not being able to direct message him on Twitter about it. Golly. That is disrespectful.
Well, I mean, I was watching one of them exposed videos, just random, but I was watching one of those exposed videos, and the guy asked him if he could sign like a piece of paper, like basically like a contract to do this, and Dax said, "Yeah, but I'm gonna have to charge you $400 to drive there," and I was like, "My nigga."
Yeah,
you are a supreme snake. Oh,
getting that chicken. He trying to
yo, like
he be doing things like, I swear, like he owes the mob money or something,
bruh.
Because he be doing things like he doesn't have almost 2 million subscribers. Like, bro, you know you can get this legitimately too, right? Like, you're doing stuff like you don't know how to get it like the right way. That's so weird. Like, so what's the point of having these big numbers and doing these big numbers if you still do like tactics of people, of like cheap promoters, of like janky promoters? Like,
I don't know.
So weird to me.
Definitely mad weird.
You should be getting actual chicken where you don't need to accept. That's my part that I don't understand. Even if you're saying that it's half the cash, half the gas, even though it's what you asked for, why are you in a point in your life where you have to accept whatever is given to you? that says a lot more about you. I'm not in that position. How are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. That's really desperate because if to go, I'm gonna be honest. Like one of the most crazy things in the world to hear is that somebody starts at 3,000. Like you like, hey yo son, how much for a verse? And he like 3,000, and then you like, hey man, I'm sorry bro, but I don't have that. Like the whole Crip situation, and then Dax is like, well what you got? And Crip's like, well shit, nigga, I got. Crip could have said, yo, I got 400, and Dax would be like, yo, can you do 425 and we got a deal?
I'm
And I'm like,
telling you,
what?
dog. I'm telling
Like,
you, this
what?
nigga owed him my money, dog. He owes somebody money, my G, because he be doing tactics like
Definitely.
he's doing tactics like he about to cash a check and like run to Aruba or something. Like,
Definitely be that crackhead pawning. Like, what's wrong with you?
What is you doing, dog? Like, I don't know, bro.
He's definitely robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's a fact.
No matter how much he thinks he's not a YouTuber, he lives and dies on the YouTube community.
I mean, that's the only, yeah.
So when he's sitting, he says things as if people in the YouTube community have not seen with their own eyes him do stuff. He's like, so who is this diss track for? Because you're saying things like niggas didn't see screenshots and text messages.
Right.
Only posted half the story. Nigga, what is half the story of saying, hey, my nigga, if I motherfucking do this, my bad. If I do this, will you promote it? We'll do a video. Okay, cool. We'll do a video, not promote it. All right. And then you don't promote the video. What else is, and then even, and the thing that I hate about him is when he tries to rewrite history, and after everybody killed him, and then he did that retweet of my screenshot, like, I did tweet it. It's like, nigga, no, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it, nigga. No.
Definitely not fooling anybody at this point.
That nigga act like he got the Men in Black neuralizer. Like, he can just and then just tell us what happened. Like, man,
he definitely way too big to be pretending like people won't remember what he said. Like,
yeah, it's like, nigga, you were on camera apologizing for doing that. That's the weirdest part. If you go watch my video where Dax apologizes and listen to everything he says, and then go listen to the diss track, you'll be like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you're like, wait.
Said the opposite of everything you said on this apology video.
Right.
Saying, you know, when you do somebody wrong, you got to come out and say it. And sometimes maybe I think before I act. He was literally saying all that shit. And then it's like, oh, shut up, my nigga. Shut up. You could tell his heart wasn't even in that. Like, okay, shut up.
Word.
You know you did wrong, bro.
Vibes, man. That's crazy, bro. That's just, I don't know, man. It's different, man. It shook up YouTube, bro. That's one thing I will say. Nobody can ever deny, bro. I Am Not Dax was a legendary moment in YouTube history and will forever be remembered.
This is a legendary moment.
Oh, yeah. This is too, because, I mean, bro, like, we're talking about, I'm just saying, like, that was, like, the start of, you know what I mean? Like, that to now is just like, man, progressively.
It's like winter to summer. Was it?
Yeah.
I Am Not Dax dropped, it was a winter?
February, dropped in either February or early February is when it dropped.
That dog, he was just trying to give me a summer banger. He was like, yo, go ahead and let this one rock for summer 19. I'm like, all right, cool.
Definitely put on for the put on, man.
I'm definitely just trying to do all this stuff. Like, I'm like really trying to be done with diss tracks because I want to, get the air clear, ready for the tech shit and everything too, because I don't want none of this like that. But tech gotta understand this. Like, he went at me first.
I mean,
I wasn't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, that's facts. And I mean, I don't think the way that it panned out too is I don't think that will be the temperature. I don't think people can feel like that because it's a situation where when somebody says your name on a song, like, you can't.
And we trying to let it go, and this is the dude who's using this as his marketing scheme right now. Yeah. Honestly, that's the most weird part about it. Is like when I said is like, man, you doing this, you're using me as your marketing rollout, bro. And this is crazy because it's not even just like a mention. Now you're doing your second song, 8-minute song, and you're probably still not gonna like really say anything about us. but you're still using me along with other people, but mainly me as your rollout. This is crazy. This is like I ain't never seen some stuff like, okay, so now you're going on to an 8-minute song and you're acting like it's your response to basic, because you start talking about it right after I drop mine. Then you start talking about it. Okay, so you cannot now deny that you have to be like, yeah, I need this nigga Screw to get these numbers. You just can't. You just
yeah,
can't,
you can't lie about it at a certain point because it's too obvious. Yeah, you're gonna be doing good, so nigga, you owe me. Right.
Pay me something, man. What are we talking about?
Definitely.
You owe me more than you owe me. Like out here, like just straight up. That's wild, dog. That's wild, dog. Because here's the thing: is that he puts me in a situation where I'm like, I'm done with it. I'm done with it, and people just want to see blood, but I'm done with it.
Yeah,
I might have to just use his name to promote a song that I ain't got nothing to do with him. After that, if that's gonna be the case, because it's like, bro, maybe that's your strategy. Maybe that's his strategy. Maybe he just I don't know. I'd be weird. Maybe he trying to be like, get me off my pivot. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he see me, they're cooking a little bit. Let me try to get this nigga off his pivot a little bit, because I'm like, nah, bro. Nah.
Yeah. Definitely can at this point. I mean, it is what it is, you know? I mean, he got to move on. He got to figure out how to move on in his heart. But, I mean, yeah, he got to.
YouTube will never move on. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. Nah. The community itself will never move on.
I don't think
they haven't even gotten over I Am Not DAX yet. So it's like he just like rekindled the flame. It's like, bro, you better. Summer 20, niggas still going to be clowning this nigga.
Facts.
Summer 20, niggas still gonna be saying DAX hands. Watch.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Prediction.
That's a fact. That's an absolute fact, bro. What we gonna do, bro? You know, it's just like, dog, gotta move on, bro. It's crazy.
Word.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen. It's been
hot
real. What?
It's hot as hell in there.
Facts. Yo, it's been real. MUNFU podcast. Get your money up, not your funny up, dummy. Grrr. Yo, we lit. You heard?